We call
We are
him
now calling Ron.
because he
Ron Reagan.
is in Seattle.
Not New York, no.
No.
We should have a map next time.
Like this Sleepless in Seattle.
Hello.
Hello.
With some of the things you sent, I thought were real good. I think the tobacco thing is definitely something we ought to touch on.
I do too.
And I think that could be there could be a talk topic in there too. I mean, how far should the FDA go in regulating tobacco? If I think I may have said this in the email I sent you. I mean, if cigarettes, for instance, came on the market right now as a new product that nobody had ever heard of, no way that they'd be approved. I've heard that too.
Well, so this is a good story, but how do you want to, what do we want to ask the audience, and what do we want to hear? Where do we want to take it?
I'm not sure exactly how.
I'm trying to figure out how it's going to be interesting to people who don't smoke.
Yeah.
Mark Potok called me back from the Southern Poverty Law Center today. Very sorry that they've been out of touch. They got pretty overwhelmed. I wouldn't mind throwing them on.
If you have an extreme political ideology, does that necessarily make you crazy? I mean, I'm guilty.
You know what? I think this whole thing about this guy being crazy, or people that go in and shoot people, calling them crazy, they're not crazy. They're bad.
Yeah,
they make bad choices. They're terrible people. But if we start calling them all crazy, then they all end up in the loony bin and they don't get to go to jail. They don't have to suffer consequences for their actions.
Where Matthews was going, it's like you let the guy off the hook and you let the ideology off the hook when you just say, oh, he's
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't think that people that go in and shoot people are crazy. I think they're terrible.
I don't know, that aliens are going to invade the planet, that we all have to build bunkers in our backyard.
Then you are crazy.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
Or are you just an extremist?
You're crazy.
Yeah, at that point, you become crazy.
I think we want to just make sure that we don't end up in some kind of weird esoteric conversation about what is crazy and what is
I'd be so
what's
happy
sane and what's not insane.
No.
So we're the ones that do call him crazy then.
Then you are crazy.
Be crazy, partial crazy. Your points here.
I just think the definition of craziness right now is pretty...
So let's do this. Let's recap real quick. If we have your rant at the top, Potok, I would say at 6:15 would be good because we can just do the latest on this Holocaust and where shooting and where things are now with these hate groups, that kind of thing, what they're doing. That takes us to 6:30. We could do tobacco then at 6:30. Then at the top of 7, we could do Iranian elections. Hit Letterman and Palin maybe there at the back half of the second hour, and depending where Jonathan Alter is, either the top of the first hour or mailbag, the third hour. That's a lot. Then you are crazy.